Welcome to Sightseeing Safari. I am Arun Sebastian Munnar from the Kashmir of South India. Today we are going to Parambikulam Tiger Reserve in Palakkad district. When Parambikulam Wildlife Sanctuary was declared as Parambikulam Tiger Reserve in 2013, as per Section 38X of the Wildlife Protection Act, 1972, the Parambikulam Tiger Conservation Foundation was established as a non-profit organization working under Parambikulam Tiger Reserve in 2014. As per the Act, many of the activities, which were already being carried out by Parambikulam Forest Development Agency, were amalgamated with Parambikulam Tiger Conservation Foundation and thus receiving statutory support. In the present arrangement, Parambikulam Forest Development Agency manages the ecotourism and eco-developmental initiatives of Parambikulam Tiger Reserve, while Parambikulam Tiger Conservation Foundation is engaged in wildlife monitoring, research, capacity development, species survey, and other scientific and technical aspects related to managing the tiger reserve. Parambikulam is one of the premier tiger reserves of India and is endowed by nature in terms of species, habitat and ecosystem diversity, characterized by functional human ecological affinities. It stood 7th in the country in terms of management effectiveness in the 2018 assessment, among 50 tiger reserves in the country. The area was declared a tiger reserve during 2010 at a total extent of 643.66 square kilometers, out of which an extent of 390.89 square kilometers has been declared as the core or critical tiger habitat, and 252.77 square kilometers as the buffer zone of the tiger reserve. Parambikulam is a well-protected part of the Nellyampathy, an Amalai sub-unit of the Western Ghats, and is buffered by ecologically similar forests of other forest divisions, and protected areas of Kerala and Tamil Nadu. The reserve supports diverse habitat types, viz., evergreen forests, moist and dry deciduous forests and grasslands. Other unique habitats like montane grasslands and marshy grasslands, locally known as viles, are extensively found. Considerable extent of man-made teak plantations and the deep freshwater ecosystem, reservoirs, created by the construction of 3 dams during the 60s add to the diversity. The reserve supports healthy population of several endangered fauna, and the presence of tigers and other co-predators in the landscape emphasizes the ecological importance of this region. Most of the herbivore species of the Western Ghats, such as the Asian elephant, gao, spotted deer, samba, and barking deer, muntjac, are found here. Parambikulam has one of the highest densities of gao population in southern India. The only South Indian wild goat, the Nilgiri tahr, is also found on the high-altitude rocky hills and grasslands in the tiger reserve. Healthy populations of about 250 to 300 lion-tailed macaques among other primates are found here. Rodents like Malabar giant squirrel and flying squirrel are among the important arboreal animals. Significant population of resident and migratory avifauna of about 273 species makes the reserve a birdwatcher's paradise. Among the aquatic fauna, crocodiles, otters, freshwater fish, especially mahseer, and endemic game fish, are worth mentioning. The reserve is also home to several rare small animals like tarantula, large-bodied spiders. The floral diversity of the reserve is extraordinary, for lack of a better word. As per a recent report of Kerala Forest Research Institute, the tiger reserve supports an estimated 1,400 species of angiosperms. So far 1,320 species of flowering plants belonging to 680 genera, and 133 families have been identified, including about 70 species of orchids. The inventory continues to expand every year. This magnitude of floral richness is due to the mosaic pattern of vegetation in the reserve. Karyanshola, which is a part of Sungam range of the Tiger Reserve, has been recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site for its immeasurable ecological value to the world. There are several endemic, rare, endangered and threatened (RET) species of flora and fauna adding to the diversity of the reserve. To name a few: Haplothismia exanulata, a monotypic genus of Burmaniaceae, rediscovered here after 1951. Cocinium fenestratum and Eutleria salicifolia, the IUCN red-listed medicinal plants endemic to Annamalai. Tomapterna parambiculamana, an endemic frog of Parambikulam. Gara surendranathanii, an endemic sucker fish. The reserve, being a part of the major ecological continuum from Pekai to Eraviculum through Annamalai, aids the survival of large viable population of wildlife. The Parambikulam Valley extends from east to west, opening up migratory routes for wild animals from Nellyampathy to Iraviculam National Park. Parambikulam Tiger Reserve along with Annamalai Tiger Reserve forms the northernmost extension of Annamalai portion of the Western Ghats before being blocked by the Palakkad Gap. 5 man-made reservoirs, Parambikulam, Thunakadavu, Peruvaripalam, Poringalkuttu and Sholaya, and natural river systems besides adding to the beauty of the place, support several unique life forms. The Tiger Reserve is the home of several tribal and non-tribal communities whose livelihood is almost fully dependent on the forests of the reserve. This reserve can be treated as a model for peaceful coexistence of tribal people and wildlife. The aesthetic appeal of the reserve with its lush greenery, magnificent wildlife, inviting peaks, serene valleys, meandering rivers and placid lakes is beyond comparison. The intangible benefits accrued from the reserve are invaluable and irreplaceable. For a first-time visitor to PKMTR, nature manifests itself into a diversity of ecological spaces producing multiple living signatures, and their interactions within and without. Complex algorithms of ecological systems, with concomitant interplay of energy and matter, create a range of habitats associated with a host of life forms. Long-term conservation of this complex and dynamic ecological system, symbolized by tiger, constitutes the contemporary rationale of management. The effectiveness of PKMTR management today lies in ensuring long-term survival of tiger and its prey and their habitats. However, it wasn't so too long ago. As a matter of fact, it was very different than what it is today. The contemporaneous notion of conservation, being a value-laden social construct, engenders values, meanings and resultant management practices that shift their course as per shifting cultural, socio-economic and political perspective of the human society. Over the last 100 years or so, the evolution of the idea and practice of conservation of PKMTR from a forest of immense timber wealth to a repository of biological diversity has been a wonderful journey of shifting conversation on conservation, which has been captured beautifully by the discussion paper prepared by Shri V. K. O'Neill, IFS, RTD, the second wildlife warden of Parambikulam Wildlife Sanctuary. Thank you for watching. For more videos, please subscribe to this YouTube channel, Sightseeing Safari by Arun Sebastian Munnar. Thank you.